Hi, I'm Zach Miller, and today I'm going to be talking about the startup philosophy that changed the world. And this all started between a small business economic kind of competition between Harvard and Princeton. Now, what Harvard and Princeton did is they ended up having a little bit of a rivalry. They always do and always have had. But this one happened to do within the business economics. And this was somewhere, I believe, in the mid to late 80s. And basically what ended up happening was a group of 6 people, one group from Harvard, one group from Princeton, both took the initiative to see who could make the first $1 million with no outside help or seed money. Now, $1 million with 6 people may seem like something that can be very troublesome at first, especially when you have no expertise, no outside money, no ideas. And what ended up coming from this challenge and competition absolutely changed the marketing world. Now, while Princeton went out, they actually took the idea of, hey, we're going to create a product that's going to revolutionize the world. It's something brand new. We're going to put it out there, and naturally, because it's so good, people are going to buy it. We're going to be millionaires from it. Now, the Harvard team did a little bit of a different idea. They said, we're going to take something that's already popular out there, has a large market, has a large buyer's base, and we're just going to tweak one thing about it, make it a little bit better, and we're going to make a prototype for that. And that's all we're going to solve. And then we're going to go out there and we're going to pre-sell all of these things ahead of time so that we know we have these orders and $1 million worth of product, and we can focus on the sales first. Now, what was amazing is that Princeton at month 3 was just getting started with their initial, basically, startup. They were finally getting their demos out. They were starting to test and get a finished product. But on the other hand, the Harvard team had built a model and a demo within the first week because they weren't revolutionizing. They were just slightly improving. And they went out and they made pre-sales instead of getting their suppliers in order and all of that rigmarole that it takes to start up a business. And what they ended up doing was getting $1 million, somewhere around a little over 10,000 orders. And they made their $1 million in pre-sales. And they had 3 months to then deliver on all those pre-sales. Now, what was amazing is that when you have $1 million in hand, going and making the 10,000 units that you need at a discounted rate, the ability to deliver, do additional marketing, anything outside of that is a lot easier when you have the money in hand. Whereas, again, a lot of the Princeton team was relying on basically going out there, word of mouth, and again, neither had outside help. So there was no way to market this really amazingly. And what I loved about this was that here are these great, ingenious people. They are the cream of the crop in terms of the education system. And they're teaching how to start a business the way that you and I would do. We have no outside help. This isn't Trump getting a small loan of $1 million from outside. This is $0, marketing from the ground up. You don't have money. You can't take money from your own savings account or bank account. This is all something that you bring together and you do in your own free will power. That's all. That's how they did all of these sales. And the startup philosophy that they had was that we're going to have a seed launch. Harvard took the idea and Harvard created the idea of the seed launch in the instance of, hey, getting pre-orders for a product that's not even really made yet or able to be fulfilled is what you need to do first. Because once you have the money, then everything revolutionizes itself around that. So by month 3, Harvard had already closed its $1 million deal. They had made the $1 million in pre-orders, while Princeton, on the other hand, was still stuck in basically the planning room or the blueprint room of trying to revolutionize some new idea and get it out there and working. Now, obviously, they both achieved great success, but Harvard did it much more quickly, and they did it so that they could move on to new industries, new techniques, new revolutions in the industry that they wanted to go on with. And it's a lot easier to do those things when you have a few $1 million in your pocket rather than none. So again, for a lot of us, a seed launch is going to be the initial thing that we want to do. We're going to see the products that are out there. We know our expertise were within that industry. So obviously with a little more research, we can add a +1 to whatever great new hot product is out there that's catching everyone's attention. And when we do that, we can simply place ourselves back down in front of those same markets that have been tested as hot buyers that are ready to say yes. And when you place yourself down in front of those people, you're going to have similar results. But guess what? Because you have a +1, you're a little bit better, you improved, you have similar sales ads, tactics, etc. You're going to be seen as someone that's better, someone that's, a killer to that big industry leader. And that's exactly where everything begins. It's not inside of actually going and creating those products. It's seeing what those products are, maybe going and buying them, copying everything that they do, and then adding your own twist of +1, something new, something extra. And then you deliver all that to the same audience again by pre-selling everything, saying, hey, I'm going to make these items on the fly with you. Maybe these are training videos, or this is some sort of service. You can say, hey, it's going to be launched on this date, or hey, 3 months after your order, you'll be put in line and queue for the pre-orders. Pre-order now. Whatever it is that you want to go out there and do, go and do it. Go and give them the idea, your buyers, your audience, your prospects, what that finished product or desired result they're going to get is going to be. Ask them if they'd like to pre-order. Start getting those sales immediately. And then when you know that you have a large want, a large need for all of your products and services, then you can go make them. You can go make them congruently while people are paying you. And that's what makes business so easy. So this idea that Harvard versus Princeton has naturally culminated into as the seed launch, it's an amazing technique that we can all take place and use in our business. Whenever we launch a new product, we no longer have to fail and flounder around wondering if this product will be a success. Instead, we can go find others that are successful, ask others if they would love this idea, have them place pre-orders, and then start making that item, product, or service on the fly once you're getting paid. It's a lot easier to do things when you're paid versus when you're not paid. I think we can all agree on that. So I wish you guys the best of success. And remember, you don't have to create your product all the way up front. You just need to create the idea and see if people are willing to buy it. And from there, success is all yours. I wish you the best. I'm Zach Miller, and bye-bye.